Shout outs to JAVITS, by the way. He's been around the scene forever. He's always finding some of the sickest tech. Follow him.
Yeah,
Okay.
you block buttons up close from Nikali. You gotta respect the frame traps, but then there's always a command grab option available.
So you're constantly living in fear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he's doing it again. He's really feeling himself now.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's BornFree here. I am here with JAVITS. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I qualified in losers today from my pool. I was in pool 23. It was around at noon, so I got put in losers first round by a strong Chun player from NorCal called Crackfiend, and it was a tough match, but I battled my way through losers and I got out. So
amazing achievement, I think, personally. I mean, like right now, I know that like you give so much to the community. For those of you who don't know, I'm sure many of you do. JAVITS is like a huge lab monster, right? And I constantly see you on Twitter. You should follow him on Twitter. What's your Twitter handle?
My Twitter handle is JAVITS with a 1. That's JAV1TS.
I'll put it up. But you'll see all of the top players interacting with JAVITS. I wanted to ask you, what is it like to develop a piece of tech and then see it being used in a tournament by a player?
It's quite refreshing because like that's one of the reasons why I try to create stuff in training mode, like all this tech, because I want the community to get better as a whole, not just like try to hoard tech for myself so that I could try to beat everybody. So if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see that I'm always sharing with like people from different regions, from Europe, from Japan, and all types of players, because I just want everyone to kind of improve their game with several characters, and that's really the ultimate goal, just for everybody to level up together, and that's why I do it.
See, now I think that's pretty awesome. So, Nikali, right? That's your main. I want to ask you, why Nikali?
Well, I used to play Balrog in the Boxer in Street Fighter 4, and when Nikali came out, I messed around with him, and I noticed he had some really good frame traps, but what added to his game that Balrog didn't have was that he has a command grab. So adding that layer of a command grab to having strong frame traps is really scary, because if you have a command grab, that means they have to try to jump away or do something to get out of it. So it helps me, like, it adds a new layer to my offense, and a lot of people knew me as playing Balrog very defensive, so the fact that I have like more offensive tools now, it kind of makes me, I guess, break out of my shell, show people a different style that I can play, and I'm really having a lot of fun with the character too, because like I'm always finding new things. He has a lot to offer. He's very versatile. And interesting thing about Nikali, I actually asked Momochi, who's one of the favorites to win, who he thinks the top 5 characters in Street Fighter 5 are, and he said his top 2 were Ryu and Chun, and then he actually had the next 3 as Nikali, Dalsim, and Cammy. So I was like pretty pleased to know that my character is considered strong. So you want to have a character that you feel, is tournament worthy, so I feel like I made a good choice this time around.
So do you have any advice for people who are just starting out with Nikali? Like just real basic, like how should you be approaching this character?
I think a basic approach to the character is like use a lot of frame traps, and then if you notice they're blocking a lot, then just start mixing in the command grabs, and you can't be overzealous with them because sometimes they can jump away and punish you, but if you have a good balance between command throwing people and doing frame traps, it feels really rewarding. Like it feels like you're always in control and you're getting their head, and scary, and then that's when the mix-ups really start getting there. So
okay, so this is the first tournament where we're seeing like the foreign players. Are you feeling like this weekend you're like seeing a lot of new stuff, you're learning a lot?
I thought I would see a lot more new stuff, but actually it's just, I haven't seen too much new tech, but it's just really like everyone seems really more comfortable with the game in such a short period of time. Like I was watching Kazunoko play, and he just looks like really in control. He wasn't doing anything that I haven't seen before, but the level of control that some of these top players have already at such an early stage is really impressive. So it's really cool. Like the game is evolving really fast, a lot faster than the SF4 developed. So it's going to be interesting to see who takes it this weekend.
When you began playing Street Fighter 5, up until this point, I imagine you've had a couple of aha moments where you're like, oh, all right, this is how you play this game.
Yeah.
Is there one that you could share that would be helpful?
For me, one of my biggest like aha moments would be once I started figuring out how to always like optimize all my knockdowns, because in this game, there's if you knock someone down with a sweep or a special move, they have 3 wake-up options. They can quick rise straight up, they can back roll, or they can just lay there and they stay on the ground longer. But the most common ones are quick rise and back roll. So like a lot of people early on were having trouble like figuring out which quick rise option they're gonna do, and I figured out ways to cover all the options. So like that was like, I guess that's my end goal whenever I play this game, and any character that I use is always to stay in control whenever I get a knockdown. And that's like whenever I find a new way to keep someone jailed down with a new setup, that's like when I feel really good. Like I feel always in control.
It's funny. I actually saw that. That was a tweet I think you did, and shared it immediately.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really, really cool.
Yep.
Okay, so have you got any secondaries, or are you just focusing on one?
Right now I'm focusing on just Nikali. I play a little bit of Ryu here and there, but my Ryu is like, my fireball game is not that good, so I try to, dabble with him, but I think playing with Nikali is good enough, and I'm going to try Alex when he comes out. I like him. He has a command grab too. I've been really addicted to command grabs lately, so I'm going to give him a chance, and of course when Boxer comes out, he's going to be my dude, so... it's going to be a tough choice between sticking with Nikali or switching to Balrog. But, Balrog's my dude, but if Nikali is still better, I might stay. So we'll see when he comes out.
Especially if they introduce the USA robe, then you clearly got no choice.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Are there any matchups that you fear with your character?
A really solid Ryu is hard. I practice against Damdai. Damdai is he's a ST player, and he's a really strong Ryu player. He's actually ranked number 2 on CFN right now, right under Arturo.
He is?
Yeah, he's ranked number 2, so he's been playing a lot, and that match is really tough for Nikali, in my opinion. And also Chun-Li is tough. So I would say those are the 2 matchups that are really tough for me. Everything else is not too bad. Nikali has a lot of answers for a lot of things, and his damage is just so much that even when he has a matchup where he might struggle in neutral, his damage just makes up for it. It's like he could just turn it around so fast with his mix-ups and stuff. So I don't really feel like any a big struggle in other matchups except those 2, Ryu and Chun-Li.
But you'll be sharing that tech soon anyway. So
I'm gonna try. I lost to Chun already, so I'll try to find something. But hey, what do I know? Japan says Momochi says that's the top 2 characters in the game. So
do you have a difference of opinion with Momochi in regards to top and bottom?
No, I think that's a solid 5. I mean, I don't think if I had to switch, I would probably put Nash in the top 5 and take Sim out. I don't think Sim is as strong as people think.
Is that just not understanding the matchup?
Yeah, I think we're all a little unfamiliar with the new tools that Dalsim has. But if you look at the character on paper, he doesn't have any 3-frame normals or anything like that. If you're on point with your frame traps and your mix-ups, he shouldn't get away from you. So it's just it's just a matter of people getting more familiar with the matchup, and Filipino champion Arturo doing well with him. But I think eventually, once people start learning, they're gonna probably struggle a little more, because I think Sim is not as strong as he appears to be.
Actually, on matchup, I have a bizarro question, but I'm just really intrigued to hear what people have to say about this. Out of all of the characters, if you could pick any character versus another character, what would be the worst matchup?
The worst matchup, I would probably say, is a good Dalsim versus a Zangief. I think that match is really bad for Zangief at the high level. Snake Eyes, he does well at all his matchups, so he could be the exception to the rule, but I think that match is really tough. It looks really bad because Dalsim just has a lot of ways to keep him out. So yeah, I think that's the most lopsided matchup. I think.
Right, that's the best way of playing it.
But even then, it's not crazy. This game.
It's not like Ultra, right?
Yeah, it's not as bad as some of the matches were in Ultra, and this game, all the characters have something to offer. Even some of the ones that are considered lower tier, like Rashid and Fang, they all have. You can't sleep on any character in this game. That's what was really cool at this point. So.
That's true. Everyone seems to think the game is very well balanced. Yeah. I want to ask you, players. Right, so are there any players that you have your eye on as breaking out now or in the future?
Well, no surprise here, but I think Momochi hasn't reached his full power level yet from what I've seen. And I think that he always impresses me with how good he gets and how fast he does it. And every time I see him, he just gets a little better. It's kind of going a little slower with this time around, but I think he's the scariest player. And he's actually in losers now, which is surprising for me to say that. But
I heard that.
Yeah, but he's aside from Daigo, I think he's the most impressive player right
what
now.
about, what about like lesser known people? Up and coming is the best way of saying it.
Yeah. Okay. So Rico Suave, he picked up the game a lot later than a lot of the other good players, but earlier this week he got a third at Next Level Battle Circuit, and the most stacked battle circuit of that they've had yet.
Yeah,
for
that was a
Street Fighter
crazy
V.
one. Yeah.
So he's getting really good, really fast. Watch out for him. Moons just keeps getting stronger and stronger. He had the second place curse. He got second place every
Yes.
time. Shout out to Moons. But I think he's a really strong player. And I would say this one people haven't seen much of him in Street Fighter V, but I would say Zeus.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was a very strong Vega player in Street Fighter 4, and I could see him getting very strong in Street Fighter 5.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He said it last time I was talking to him. He was like, I haven't even touched Vega, but I need to try him out.
Yeah.
What would be a really strong piece of advice for somebody entering into Street Fighter 5?
Watch a lot of videos. Pay attention to what your defensive options are, because I noticed a difficult transition from Street Fighter 4 players to Street Fighter 5 is that a lot of them are getting hit by what's called the shimmy. And
Oh, yeah, the shimmy.
so I'll give a brief explanation. The shimmy is that you walk in, you fake like you're going to go for a throw attempt, and then you walk back and you bait their throw whiff, and then you punish with a combo or some attack. And the reason why Street Fighter 4 players get caught by that is because in Street Fighter 4, if you crouch and you press throw, you get a crouching light kick. So it's a really low risk option that sometimes you could convert to combos and stuff. In this game, if you crouch and press throw, you get a throw whiff. So you can get punished really hard for trying to guess on throws.
Trying to attack. Yeah.
So and a lot of people, even now, like even knowing about the shimmy, they're still having a hard time having good defense against throws. So I would say if you're a Street Fighter 4 player, you're just getting into Street Fighter 5, really work on that aspect, the throw game. Try to check throw and reaction, or instead of being in that situation, just like jump away or try to do other things except try to guess throw. So
Somebody needs to make a song about the bloody shimmy, because that's all I hear right now.
yeah.
We know what DLC is coming. It sounds like, actually, to be honest, like a lot of the characters you want are coming.
Yeah.
Anybody else out there that you want to see?
I want to see Q. I want to see in the next batch of DLC. I really want to see Q. I think he's a cool character. It would be nice if they made him a little better than he was in Third Strike, but I kind of want him to like be difficult to use still, because that's what was part of his appeal in Third Strike, that he was like so limited, so hard to use. But then they were like, you have your players like Kuroda, who was like beating the cheapest characters like Chun-Li in that game with Q, and it's like, so I hope they kind of preserve that element of him, like give him some good stuff, but also keep him more for like the advanced players, where it's more impressive to see like this big slow guy walking like this, with a metallic face.
And who the hell is he?
Yeah, no one knows, and they should not reveal his identity. Just keep him a mystery forever, So I want to see Q.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So listen, you got any shout outs?
I want to give a shout out to there's a lot of birthdays this weekend. It's Gutek's birthday this weekend.
Yeah, it's Gutek's birthday today, actually. Yeah.
Birthday this weekend. Boss's birthday is this weekend. Boss is a legendary Japanese player, so happy birthday to all you guys. Hope you guys enjoy your time here. And shout outs to all the players in New York. And that's about it.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll see you competing more. We're definitely going to see you tomorrow. This is, when you get this video, everything will have already have happened.
Yeah.
But today's Saturday, tomorrow's the finals day. Top 128 is amazing, I personally think, especially since there was like over 1,000 entrants.
Yeah.
And so good luck to you. And I just
you.
want to say thank you
All right.
for the interview.
All right. Thank you.
And guys, we will see you next time. Peace out.
Bye.